Hi, my name's Daniel. This is the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. I'm here today with Jono from WeBuyCycle. Jono, thank you very much for your time.
It's all right, mate.
Regulars on this channel will know you, but they'll be thinking, what on earth is that behind you?
We are entering the world now.
We are. So
I don't know what we're doing really on YouTube talking about e-mountain bikes.
I know.
This could go south.
You've got a beard and I've got a belly, so does that mean that we're combined mountain bikers?
Yeah.
Potentially just a friend of mountain bikers there.
Good, yeah.
Essentially, we both do a fair bit of gravel riding and we're in agreement that whenever you go out off-road cycling, I see these all the time. Groups of people out on e-mountain bikes. I stopped at a cafe a few weeks ago, Liz and I, and we came across a couple who said hello, and they were both out on e-mountain bikes, riding together, massive range and so on. These are all the rage, aren't they? Explain to me why and talk to me about this specific bike, because you've picked this out as this is a good example of what an e-mountain bike is.
It seems to be a popular one. So Cube have their hybrid stereo range, and they've got 140, 160, so they've got slightly different travel.
So that's how much the suspension goes in?
Yeah.
So you need to do it down for me.
Yeah, I know, I'm getting there. This is a 160,
yep.
So it's got 160 travel, okay.
So for gnarlier terrain.
Yeah, kind of like your enduro end of the market. Okay. So like a lot of people, what they like about an e-bike in sort of your mountain biking world is the fact that they can ride up rather than doing uplift.
Yeah.
So they can ride up and do the downhill, because everyone loves the downhill, right?
Yeah.
Nobody really wants to ride uphill. Because if you did, you'd be riding XC, or you'd be on a road bike.
So their sport, their fun is riding downhill.
Their sport is going downhill as fast as they can, as hard as they can, as gnarly as they can.
Maybe I do like it actually.
Yeah, okay. So basically, they ride up with full power, gas it up, and then just come down. And that's what a lot of them will use an e-bike for. But also, you can just do more, go further, have more fun, right?
Yeah.
And that's what people find. So if you just need that little extra boost to get you, say you've driven, I don't know, 2 hours to go to Sherwood Pines, right? And you want to get 3 laps in, you can get 3 laps in on an e-bike, whereas if you were on an analog, you probably only do 1, 2, because your fitness is your limiting factor. And we're not all Tom Pidcock. You know, we're not all going to go and absolutely go flying around on a brand new Pinarello Dogma XC. So actually having this, it gives you all those different aspects, because you've just got that extra little bit of power. But still, what people don't realise is riding the e-bike is still a workout. You still have to work hard. It's a heavy bike. So you've still got to pedal.
Still got to handle it, still got to stop it.
Still got to handle it, and actually you do still have to pedal. If you ride it properly, it can be a whole new sport, and it is a whole new sport. You see the e-bike, you know, world champs, things like that. It's a whole new sport, and you need to learn to ride it properly, and that's what the mountain bike thing now is turning into. We're seeing people don't buy analog mountain bikes anymore; they buy an e-bike and then just go out and ride an e-bike. Do you know what I mean? So
I think if you were, say you're a bunch of mates and you go mountain biking and one mate gets an e-bike.
It happens all the time.
Everybody always then has to,
And then one mate has a super light e-bike, so they might have an Orbea Rise carbon with just a I don't know, 70 Nm motor in it, for example, with a smaller battery. And then they get left behind with someone who's on this with an 85 Nm with a 750 watt-hour battery, and they're flying off up the hills, and the people on the superlights can't keep up, so then they're trading their superlight in for a full fat e-bike, and it gets to the point where it's again, you're into that cycling, that marketing thing of like the next thing.
So to try and gauge how big this world is, so you at WeBuyCycle buy and sell second-hand and new bikes. You've got loads of road bikes here, mountain bikes are downstairs, and I normally just stay upstairs and where the road bikes are. But how big of a portion of the business is purely off-road bikes?
About a year ago it was massive, but actually we've seen it slow down a bit at the minute, and pretty much because of online discounting. We're seeing it across the board, road bikes, everything, but particularly on the e-bike side. If you want to go out and get a brand new e-bike at a deal at the minute, they're everywhere. And people, obviously with your motor battery, people want that warranty. So they're seeing deals, full warranty, they'll go for that. So it's slowed down, we think, for us a little bit on the e-bike front, and the prices have come down massively.
And is motor and battery tech still advancing faster, or has that slowed down at all? Or?
Yeah, I mean, you're up to now with the Bosch one, the new Bosch one, 750 watt hour battery. I think Canyon have got like a 900 watt hour battery. People, it is still developing and still going. I believe I've heard just the other day that Yamaha have pulled out of the mountain bike, e-bike, mountain bike market. I don't know if that's true or not, but somebody
You've said on the internet, so basically it's true now.
Yeah, well, okay, fair enough. So, yeah, someone said to me the other day that they've come away from mountain bikes and they're sitting with like their city bike and things like that. So, I don't know, it's a funny one, really, because obviously it's a bit Marmite as well. But yeah.
So, something like this, tell me, what is this specific bike? How much is it? How much cheaper than retail is it? Like, explain to me like what sort of level this is.
You'd be up at like 7.5k for one of these new.
And is this like, talk to me in like Canyon terms. If I'm buying a Canyon road bike, what is this?
Oh, top end.
This is my Aero CFR.
Yeah. Got it. So this is your Cube Action Team, like Fox Factory.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do this on camera. Fox Factory. So it's Fox Factory everything.
Yeah.
It's got XT. Now, electronic gearing in the mountain bike scene is still kind of not like it is in the road bike market. Everybody wants it.
Yeah.
Whereas people still appreciate the mechanical.
Is that weird? You've got an electric motor and battery, but you want mechanical gear. It's like what?
It's a thing, and you've got.
Okay.
You can get the SRAM AXS stuff and the transmission stuff and things, and you can, but the price just goes skyrockets. You're over 10 grand straight away for a e-bike with that kind of spec. And I think that might be why people stick with like your XT, because they're not too bothered about the gear changes. They can have a ragged gear change because you know.
And if you're foot deep in mud after 5 minutes,
it doesn't matter. So they're not too bothered about bringing the price down from that aspect. What they want, from what I see, is your motor and your battery, and obviously your plush suspension systems and things. Like if you chucked an Öhlins on there with an Öhlins coil and everything, So we've seen, you said the market at the minute, new retailers are discounting a lot, so that's affecting the second-hand market. This bike, I mean, to me, it looks brand new. Is it brand new, or is it used, or? It will be used. I think it's a lightly used model. This one we haven't got listed at the moment, I don't believe. It's to be listed, and I think this came from a shop.
Right.
So we do some trade-ins with shops where a customer will go into the shop and then the shop will come to us. We'll do the trade. We'll sort of action the trade-in for them, and I think this is where this one came from. But we'll probably list this around 3.5 to 4k mark, maybe a bit less, to be honest with you. We might need to go less at the minute.
Okay, interesting. Why are there a set of keys on the dashboard?
That's for your battery.
So take it out?
Yeah, you can drop your battery out, basically.
Oh, just charge it in a separate thing.
Yeah.
And do some people have two batteries, I take it?
They do. You wouldn't need to with this. But like on the super lights, like on an all-bear rise, you can get a range extender on an all-bear rise.
The Grizzle do that as well.
It goes in a bottle cage, but like on a Fazua system, like what was a Trek E-Caliber. Trek did an E-Caliber with the Fazua, Lapierre, E-Zesty. People will put another battery in there. I thought if you're doing laps around Sherwood Pines and you've got your VW transporter, as everybody does with mountain bikes, and you're stopping and just swap the battery, exactly. A lot of people will do that, and they'll put a battery in their rucksack and things. Because people do like the super lights, because it's a lighter, exactly, but they just want that.
That's wicked. I think for this sort of I don't think I'd need the big travel and stuff, but I can definitely see the appeal of, right, this is a bike that can go on, it's like gravel cycling, you're like, oh, this is a bit too rough for a gravel bike. This can go anywhere, and whereas the trade-off is normally, but it's slow, well, it isn't, because you've got a motor and a battery. So I think if I was buying a bike to ride, even just on and off road, just ride a bit, not riding for training or whatever, something like this is probably the better choice, because you need to gear yourself up for that most extreme terrain, don't you, if you're going to be riding occasionally.
If you want to do the lakes, Highlands, Scotland, you want to go away and ride your bike, an e-mountain bike is it's a no-brainer, really. That's kind of what, And the sort of like Bike Park Wales and things like that, you're really big, like high level mountain bike parks where, you know, you're doing a lot of gnarly trails and things like that. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, very good. Well, I'm going to have to do what GCN did and start another channel now. It's the Mountain Bike Dan.
MTB Dan.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm interested, do any, like, if you are a road cyclist or time trialer or triathlete watching this, do you also have a mountain bike in your range? Because I feel like, I always say, oh, I do all disciplines of cycling, but I actually don't. So, interested to hear. Yeah, I bet it is. Well, even just you talking to me now about the different bike options, and then you saying things like, oh, about where you ride. I think about last year, I got a train to Leeds and rode across the Peak District back on a gravel bike. Brilliant day out, but going across Cutting Gate, people might know if they're a mountain biker, was really difficult on a gravel bike, quite a bit of walking. On this, I'd have been over it no problem and enjoyed it a bit more probably.
Yeah, I mean, and it goes to things like, I went out with Kenway last year, I was on a hardtail, he was on his full source, we went to Black Rock, and he was skipping up, and I was absolutely just like spoon to a knife fight, and I was on a hardtail. Right, like
must be his first date location, he's took me there before as well.
First date.
Good stuff, right. Okay, thanks so much, Jono.
Cool.
Cheers.